to Results Will Vary, a good, bad, and ugly advice show. My name is Russell Bates, advice funderkin, giggly son of a bitch, and very excited for you to be joining us on our 10th episode of Results Will Vary. Thank you so much for tagging along. It's a milestone that we're even getting to 10 episodes. It's really fun for you to be coming back, and I hope you come back even more. But I already have two wonderfully awesome people here who are coming on to join the Results Will Vary superstars. First, we have one half, we have both halves of Meo Snow. We first have Rocco Meo and Connor Snow. Hi guys, how are we doing?
Hi Russell.
Hey Russell, very good.
It's a sunny day here. It's nice. I'm happy.
So Rocco gave a smile just now that implies that maybe Connor isn't happy. What are you? No, I'm joking.
No. I just, you guys make me laugh, and that's all I can say. I just know that, you two are two beautiful lions, and I am the lioness, and we are going to get into some heats, but it's going to be some, good discussion by that. That's what I mean.
Nice to meet you too, Rocco. Guys, how are you feeling about advice? We're trusting listeners into your hands. We are wanting to get your wisdom for these people. How are we feeling? Are we good at giving advice here?
I'd say yes. I think I haven't been asked enough for advice, but I think this will give me a chance to actually voice opinions that I've been trying to work on for a while. I've been trying to develop some opinions, so hopefully I can
developing some opinions. What's the most recent opinion you've developed?
Most recent opinion I've developed? Okay, this is real. I don't understand why they're bringing back the ice bucket challenge when it was first initially for ALS, Lou Gehrig's, and it's still around, okay? And now they're bringing it back, and I just see people doing it, and they have the tiniest little bowl of water that they're pouring on their head. My opinion is it's called the ice bucket challenge. Why isn't there a bucket-shaped block of ice coming down and breaking your neck or something?
I think you answered your own
not
question.
that I don't want to hurt people. I don't want people to get hurt, but it is called the ice bucket challenge, not the bowl of water challenge.
I guess you bring up a good distinction of when a bucket becomes more of a mold and less of a contraption to hold liquids.
Yeah, it's the notion of calling it an ice bucket. It's an ice bucket, so...
Well, then, wait a minute. Wouldn't you just drop a bucket that was made of ice?
No,
Rocco's losing.
You're trying to bring logic into this, okay?
Yes, because it's all emotion.
And logic is a rapper, okay? So we can't bring anybody that famous into this, okay?
I respect your opinion, and I'm glad you're developing more opinions. Connor, what's an opinion you've developed recently?
I will lightly comment on the ice bucket challenge because I also was like, why is this back? I also found out that it wasn't, it was the USC ice bucket challenge.
University of Southern California?
No, University of South Carolina, actually.
Damn it.
I know, which makes, I guess my opinion I've formed from this is we need a better way to abbreviate colleges, I guess, or we need to have colleges be like, okay, USC is our acronym, maybe, and then University of Southern Carolina would be US, maybe tiny O, and then C. We need a better system. That's all I'm
We
saying.
need more letters.
That's actually maybe the solution is...
What the hell were the Phoenicians thinking giving us 26?
26 is way too little. There's not even 26 days in a month. There's 30. For a good reason, because we need that amount of days. And I think we need somewhere around that amount of letters,
Would this sort of proposal mean that we have to change every single individual day? If we're wanting 30 letters in the alphabet, first we have to create four more letters. Would we change
Easy.
every single day into a different letter?
Every single day into a
So we don't
different
have
letter.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, blah, blah, blah. Like, that's old school stuff. Would we just have A,
Oh.
B, C, D, H? No, I. It's been a long time since I've thought of the alphabet.
It's a lot of letters, I will say. So it's hard to recall, but I will say I think we could do. See, once we do add those extra four letters, then we do assign each day a letter. And then it's so much easier because I get confused sometimes when it's like March 8th versus March 18th. It's like, well, it still has an
Exactly.
8 and is it at the same day? But then it's like one's on a Wednesday, one's on a Friday.
And
We
this is
categorize each day with a different caveman drawing, and that way it becomes very easy to depict what is what. You guys not up to date with caveman drawings?
no, I'm up to date with
I,
caveman drawings. I would go even one step further if every single day needs to be a different caveman ook. Oh.
Mm. Mm.
So like the 23rd of the month is the hey.
I felt that. I felt that. Hey Ya is a
You
very
felt it in your
23rd,
core.
like end of the month. I feel like the yells get a little bit more like passionate as the month goes on for these days. Like we start off first day like a ooh, and then we get into
Yeah.
the hey ya's later in the
Day one. Huh. Day two.
ee.
Ooka.
Wah.
Carol. Seven. It's so minute you couldn't even hear it.
Ooh.
Mar.
Gruh, gruh.
Meow.
Why?
Ooh. Doo. Ba, ba.
Hi.
Uh,
Shoo.
Has anyone been counting?
I think we're close to 30.
Maybe just like Uka, Buka, Shuka, Luka, Kuka, and Gerald. You
Gerald.
know?
Yeah, Gerald's a good.
Guys, I think we're ready to start giving some advice to people. You ready?
mhm.
I think so, yeah.
Let's go. All right. So for our first question, we will be having Rocco be giving the good advice. I will be giving the bad advice, and Connor will be giving the ugly advice. All right. Let's get on to it. Dear, results will vary. I was just turned down from a job that I really wanted and I knew I would do great at. I really thought I had it, having the chance to finally get what I want, but rejected yet again. How do I deal with rejection in a healthy way? How can I cope with the feeling that someone has undervalued me and move forward with life? And this comes from Hope Drunk in Wisconsin. Rocco, have you been rejected much in your life?
Yeah. I rejection is a very hard thing to deal with, and personally, I don't even think I've gotten to a place of dealing with rejection in the best way. The way I normally deal with it is, you have so much more life ahead of you, no matter what age you're at,
Oh,
even people at 70. There's always life in front of you and more opportunities to be explored. I think if you look at it as this is the one thing, you start getting super hyper fixated on this one thought and you just keep thinking about it over and over, that can really bring you down. And
guilty
so
as
I'd
charged.
say trying to get out of that space before analyzing it, I'd look at your surroundings and start like describing them to yourself. Like, oh, this poster is green. And like once you get to like a point where you start to feel okay, a little more calm, or you can identify the emotions you're like feeling, I'd say from there start to try and think about, the other things you have in your life that are great and bring you joy and happiness. Because this one thing, not getting this job, may suck. You might have thought you were the best for it, and you might have been the best for it. It just maybe they weren't looking for that or for you at that exact moment. So I'd say keep chugging and keep trying to seek out opportunities or seek out that position, whatever it may have been. I'd say bring joy and happiness. Bring joy and happiness and keep it with you. So yeah,
What I really liked about well, first off, that was beautiful. Thank you, Rocco.
with you.
What I
Truly.
liked about that. What I liked about that was you prefaced it by saying, I don't know how to deal with it the most healthy way. It's like we're all still learning and we're all still proposing what is the best way.
I also, yeah, I agree. It was really beautiful, and it's a lot of times it really was, Rocco. I feel like a lot of times rejection is hard because you do think it is. It is sometimes very personal. It feels very personal.
Feeling value for yourself, but feeling that somebody has undervalued you. And that kind of goes on to my point. I'm going to give you some bad advice here, Hope Drunk. You need to install more value into yourself. Rejection will happen. Rejection will become a regular, normal part of your life. If there is only one term of value, you don't need anything else. So what I propose is you move to somewhere, say like Alaska. What I want you to do is become a hermit, befriend the squirrels, maybe get them to ingratiate into your society. And if there's nobody there to undervalue you, you already are value.
There's definitely some nuance in
There
here. I
definitely
think
is some
sometimes.
nuance into it.
No, no, you're right. I think as long as you have a sector of people like squirrels or
Exactly.
squirrels, uh,
Squirrels are people
to
too.
squirrels are people too, uh, and and you have at least a group of people that you are able to like talk with and such and accept their things, you can kind of push away other people's perspectives as long as you're not hurting
Exactly.
anyone.
Exactly. There's nothing wrong with becoming a hermit, isolating from everything you already do love and already things that do value in your life. If it's only you out here, baby. It's just you and the squirrels. Maybe a raccoon or two. Big moose.
Raccoons are people too.
Moose are people too. All animals are humans.
I mean, if these are all people, they also have the chance to reject you, is my thing. If you're hanging
Yeah,
out and you're becoming a hermit with these squirrels, what if you aren't meeting your nut quota every week? The squirrels aren't going to want you around. If you aren't rummaging around in the trash with the raccoons, like what is going to happen there? I feel there is a separate and a even probably harsher rejection that you will go through in that instance.
okay. Okay. Then, what about just becoming a tree? We don't have to deal with living things. I mean, trees are alive, trees are people too, but if you're
Mhm.
just trees are trees, man. They're just kind of there. They don't have to do anything. They just have to kind of go up. So if you just your entire rest of your life go,
That is literally
That
perfect.
that's true. However, I do know
sorry, I
I have
got
a
too
couple
into
of
character.
friends. Oh no, you're fine. I know a couple people who are trees though, and they
Mm,
still I think they do have nut quotas.
what is your you have friends that are trees?
Oh, just like I know a few, like we hang, I climb trees, and
Oh,
yeah, it's
are they a
it's one of
giver?
those relations. Yeah, no, I mean, not, of course, not the giving tree, but I know some people who
Oh,
know the
because I
giving
thought
tree, 6 degrees of separation sort of thing. But yeah, trees still have to meet their nut quota, but not as much as squirrels.
yeah, I guess that's why it's bad advice. But Connor, what is some ugly advice we can give this person? I think I already gave pretty awful advice, and I think Rocco's was
You
absolutely disgusting.
you
But
did.
what about? Sorry.
You
I,
said it
I
was
think for
beautiful a second ago. Wow.
we we we
Hey,
just we didn't
this
want
is
you to
business,
experience
baby.
rejection. you know. Uh, I The ugliest advice I can give here. I think there is something where you should isolate yourself. That's always really good after rejection, is just kind of separating yourself from everyone who loves you.
Okay.
But also, I think you need to learn how to value yourself and take that rejection as a personal spite against you. And
Yes.
whoever delivered that rejection, I think you now have a new purpose in life to make sure that their life is
Okay.
completely awful. You don't have to reject people. That's the simple fact. They did a wrong thing. And so I would start learning their address, where they live, maybe even their loved ones. I'd start small
Their blood
by
type.
yes, yes, their blood type, get to know their doctor, kind of just make them feel a little insane, and then eventually blow that up probably to the entire world. Because if you think about it, the person who rejected you is a part of society as a whole. So
Yes.
therefore, it's society as a whole that you should be going after.
The rejectee becomes the rejector.
Oh, I never could, because I've never been rejected from anything, but I think Hope Drunk does have the ability
Oh.
now that they have been rejected.
How does that feel, never being rejected by anything?
I mean, it feels like every now and then I'm missing out on something, you know? It's like how people go to Europe and they're like, Europe's so great. But it's
Exactly.
like rejection is like going to
That's one to
Europe.
one.
And I don't think I'm missing out, but maybe I am.
There
Who
is no
knows?
way Connor could ever get rejected. He is, like I said before, a beautiful lion. Nobody would want to touch that. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
I agree. Rocco, do you feel like you would do good if you had sort of the anything you asked of somebody, they let you have it? If life was just a breeze, how would you feel?
Um, no matter what, if even if my life is a breeze, I have all these internal demons. And
Mm,
my thing with my internal demons is they are pulling me apart more than anybody else could.
what does your demon look like? Oh God, you
Okay.
just got 1,000 yard stare.
Yeah.
I
Um,
shouldn't have said that, right?
my my demon my demon is a ceramic plate, and
Fuck.
it just
That's
hovers in
terrifying.
my mind. It hovers in my mind, but the thing that sucks about this demon is it has all my memories and everything I ever thought I did bad painted on this ceramic plate. It's almost an embodiment of everything I've thought I've done wrong in my life.
I hope I didn't unleash anything from that. But yeah, we hope we helped Hope Drunk. You're gonna deal with rejection your entire life and get over it, scrub. So I think we should get on to the next question, right? Okay, so for our next question, we will be having Connor giving the good advice, Rocco will be giving the bad advice, and I will be giving the ugly advice. Dear results will vary. I'm wanting to travel this summer and escape to nature. Do you have any suggestions for national parks to go to? What are some camping, backpacking, and or hiking tips? And this comes from needs to touch more grass in New York City. The great outdoors.
Oh yeah. I'm a big fan of the great outdoors. You can't see it right now, but over here I have a poster of the national parks. I'm a big national parks fan. I'm very sad about their future, what might be happening, but I
If we burned them down all beforehand, that'd be
yeah, it's
inevitable, you know?
I think it kind of gives it like a limit. If we do burn them down, it's like now they have like a limited time to them, sort of like the Minecraft McDonald's meal, which is how I like my national parks. But yeah, to
Temporary.
temporary and fleeting. I don't actually want any of my children to experience nature at all.
So you're a big fan of national parks. What are some national parks you've been to?
Yes, I know, Russell, you're from Washington, which I think is where my well,
Yes, I am.
yeah, ooh,
You did
isn't that
research.
crazy?
Ah!
Uh, I really do love the national parks out there, Mount Rainier, Cascades, but I
Uh,
think Olympic National Park, I think is honestly my favorite. And I think if you really want to do like hiking, if you really want to like get into nature too, I think it's a great national park for all sorts of hikers because there's just a lot of varied terrain.
Olympic National Forest is, yeah, my backyard. I know so much about it. It's, as you were saying, there's so much terrain for different fun and activities.
Mhm.
Specifically, I would say the Enchanted Valley. It's a like a 1 or 2 day
Yes.
hike up to it. It is fucking gorgeous. It is, there's nothing like the Pacific Northwest, and I love it every day.
Yeah, I'd say you can truly spend like 3 good solid days in that park, maybe even a week. So if you're looking to go to one place, I'd highly recommend that because again, mountains, they have our only rainforest in the continental US there. And then also they
Yes.
have beautiful, beautiful beaches with beautiful, beautiful sunsets during the summer. Uh,
Stop it, you're making me nostalgic. God damn
I
it. I live
know.
in
It's
Chicago now and it's like urban jungle. I miss it every
I
day.
No, I feel like touchgrass in New York a little bit. Touchgrass in Chicago. I miss the national parks a lot. But if you're looking for a bigger trip, I would totally just do a road trip of the Southwest. There's a bunch of small parks there. White Sands, all the way from White Sands to Grand Canyon.
What is White
There's a bunch.
Sands?
White Sands is it is this desert of white sand, and the sand,
Oh,
because of its
really?
color, yeah, because of its color, the sand is cool to the touch, so you can like walk
Mm.
barefoot on it. They have sleds that you can rent to go like sled down the dunes. It's a
Wait, this
beautiful
sounds like
park.
snow.
It it isn't snow because it is people treat it like snow. They also have in the park this huge salt flat, which I think is fun to hike as well because you can hike most of the park barefoot because there's not a lot of wildlife in like in the dunes, and then also because of the sand for some reason it doesn't absorb heat. It's a cool park.
What's like the longest hike you've been on? What are some camping, like nature loving tips?
Always bring a backpack full of water, snacks. Some over prepare, but don't pack too much.
Okay.
I will say that's a hard line to toe, but you'll never know what you'll need on the trail. You'll never know if you might get lost, and you
Hmm.
never know how long the hike may actually take. I know this is a big thing in the Grand
Take a
Canyon.
long wrong turn.
Yeah, you hopefully not, but it's always
Have
good
you
to
ever taken a
just
wrong turn?
on a hike. I've definitely had moments where I've been like, okay, this does not feel like the trail. Like whenever it forks and like the forks are really similar to each other, and one trail seems like it's not really a trail, but more of a like desire line, if you know about
Desire line.
desire.
That's great.
I have never personally had a getting lost in the woods hatchet
Because I'm
experience.
I'm guilty of that.
Oh,
I
really?
did well, so I didn't ever have to go Bear Grylls on them sons of bitches, but
Hmm.
I did take a long trail that extended my hike from like 3 miles to like 12 miles. I was nearing the 3 mile mark and I was like, this seems longer than usual. Am I just getting winded or am I not who I think I am? Am I just and I just kept walking the entire way. I eventually realized that, oh, maybe I'm not in the place I thought I was, so I definitely had to ration water. I don't know why I didn't turn back. I was like 18. Stop making fun of me. No.
No, I also I talking about this, it made me realize I have actually gotten lost kind of once. It was not in a national park, but it was actually I was in New Zealand for a study abroad, and we went to this park
Good for
outside of
you.
the
Damn.
city where a bunch of like Lord of the Rings stuff was shot, and we were trying to find this one location, and the sun was setting, and we could not find it.
Uh-oh.
If you've seen the movies, it's where the hobbits hide from the wraiths, like behind a tree.
So you're looking for
Iconic scene.
you were looking for a one specific tree?
Yes, but I think we
Okay.
found the spot, but turns out the tree doesn't exist. It was something that they like
It was
made
movie
for the
magic.
film. It was movie magic.
Rocco, are you a outdoorsy person?
I have been outside.
Good start.
I would say I'm not a like I'd say I like the outdoors a lot. I'm not a huge outdoorsy person. I haven't been to a bunch of national parks. But in my old home, I used to have like these woods and like a creek that lined the back of my house, which was really cool. And then also Connor and I went to the Indiana Dunes together one time, which was very
I've heard of
beautiful.
this.
It
Hmm.
is. It's a nice park.
Rocco, it sounds like you do have some experience with the outdoors. You have breathed oxygen before, you have touched grass. But what is some advice we can give to needs to touch grass in New York City? What's some advice for
Um,
camping, hiking, you know?
If you're gonna go camping or hiking, I would first suggest getting in contact with me. Get in contact with me because I have a plethora of uncles. I have my Uncle
Okay.
Phil, I have my Uncle Guy, and all these guys
Wait.
are really great. They have great hands, and when I put you in their hands, this is what is going to happen. Okay, this is
Okay.
very, yeah, yeah. We're going to put you in the smallest Mariano's bag we can find, and we're going to stuff you in there and take you out into the middle of nowhere, okay? Is
Okay.
this a national park? No, this is the woods that lives the woods in the nation. And so you're going to be put out here.
National Woods.
Exactly. You're going to be put out here. We're going to take some thumbtacks or whatever, and we're going to push use these push pens to get some Evian bottles onto your body. Okay? And you're going to have 20 hours. Yes, not 24 hours. You're going to have 20 hours to get out of this bag, take out the take these Evian bottles of water off your body, and use these push pens to try and make a little house, okay? You're going to try and make a little house so you can survive for 20 hours. And if my uncles come back and this has not happened, if you're still in the bag, then I'd say the worst thing you could do is take Connor's advice. Like
Yeah.
literally, if you do all this and you have not made the little house afterwards, yeah, take Connor's advice. Whatever, okay? Will you be a lot happier? No. Will you be a lot safer?
But
Probably.
aren't push pins kind of small? Yeah, it's gonna be difficult to
Russell, Russell,
what?
Russell, Russell. Do you know
Rocco,
how
Rocco.
many Evian bottles we can put on somebody's body? It's going to take more
Uh,
than one push pin to attach an Evian bottle to somebody's body. I'm thinking
okay.
300 push pins at least per bottle.
I
If you
can
have,
hold
okay,
300 push pins.
yeah, 300, even more than that per bottle, okay? We're taking 300, 300. If there's it'll cover your entire
I
body.
got you. I
Okay.
got you.
So you essentially already have a home if it's covering your body. So I say if you can make this
That's
home,
nice.
you will at least be able to have, a nice ride home by my Uncle Phil. And yeah, if you don't, like I said, just take Connor's advice. But that would be something as not to be rude, a stupid person would do.
I'm gonna agree with this because making a house out of push pins is a great way to survive. Are you looking for this person to suffer?
I'm,
Really
if
earn
anything,
their
I'm very
outdoors?
surprised. I'm very surprised you even brought up suffering. Living is suffering, and if you aren't already suffering, this is not going to add any suffering onto you. This is going to be an expedition, and an
Mm.
expedition of
Mm.
experience. So, if anything, you're going to be gaining life experience from this.
Can I ask something a bit more personal of you?
Yeah,
Which uncle's the best?
don't even. Okay, I did talk
You don't
about
have to answer. You don't have to
I
ask.
did
You don't
talk
have to do
about
it.
Uncle I did talk about Uncle Phil a lot, but dude, Uncle Guy is literally the best, okay? We would ride four-wheelers together and he once got this is so real. He once got this like three-wheel motorized trike for my aunt to ride on. They have video of her falling off of the three-wheeled motorized trike. Like she was going like I don't know how many
And this is
miles
the best
down the
uncle?
road. Yes, yes, he is crazy. He is crazy, but we love that.
Amazing. I would love to meet your uncles and have them stuff me in a Mariano bag, push pen me with a bunch of Avion bottles, and then make me have 20 hours to make a little house in it. It does
Yes.
sound fantastic, but it's fucking bullshit. All right? It's bullshit. That's bad advice. And Connor, you should be ashamed of your advice because I'm
I
about to
know.
give you the ugly advice. We don't need to go outside to be in a national park. You are a national park. So I'm just going to wash, rinse, and use what we did. You become a tree. If your name is Joshua, you're going to be a lot better.
Man, yeah, you're set.
You can go to Rocco's uncle's house, maybe in their backyard, and just, again, then you'll actually be able to do it. You know, you can push some pins into you, call them acorns, get your nut up, essentially, and become an attraction.
I totally agree. I mean, my family also kind of goes by this we have that at home advice, like, hey, we have
Yeah.
national park at home. Why
Sure.
why, why go out when you can just be national park?
We have
God,
signature
I feel like
brand
such an
national parks.
hmm I know. I
I
feel like
can't
such an idiot.
What's up,
I can't
Rocco?
really get over this thing you said. You said go into Rocco's uncle's backyards. First of all, I don't want to even tell you what would happen if you trespassed. My uncle has some crazy Rottweilers, okay? And if you go back and if you're trying to trespass, they will not let you get past, okay? This is a great idea, but I very much caution you, do not mess with my uncles. Okay, man?
But what if a tree messes with your uncles? At this point, I've taken myself out of this. I have become the tree. And so is a tree, or do your uncles hate trees? Because I'm just a tree, man. I'm just a tree.
See, the thing is, my uncles are also very versatile. They are into starting fires. Okay, they are into having
Mm,
bonfires. There are no
mm.
trees in their backyard. They would be suspicious if there was a tree in their backyard. And that's why the Rottweilers would come in and they would start gnawing at least at the bottom. If you got ankles, it'd be, I don't want to be mean to people who don't have ankles, but if you didn't have ankles, your ankles would get mutilated.
Rocco, I have one question for you. Would your uncles also do this to something that is a national park? Would they really disrespect something national like that? Or,
No, they don't leave their small town.
oh, okay.
Do your uncles have any aspirations, maybe, of making their town a little bigger by me just coming in their backyard, standing up straight,
Yeah.
becoming a tree, and becoming a national park? Do they not want that for their small community?
It would not be something they are interested in. My uncles are interested in making money at the factory. My uncles are interested in using mechanical parts from cars to create beautiful art. Okay, that's my Uncle Joe. But these things will not expand or, you know, increase the population of their small town. These things, if anything, will create more destruction and more rampage in the towns. So
Okay,
I
then.
understand what you guys are
Okay,
saying. I
okay,
understand.
okay.
I'd say stick to the Chicagoland area.
Rocco, I'm sorry that I brought your uncles into this, but I do
It's
think,
no
hey,
worries,
if
man.
your
It's no worries.
uncles are, just hear me out. I can come stand in your backyard for a long time and it will benefit you. So I'm talking to Uncle Joe, Uncle Phil, Uncle the other one,
Uncle Guy. Uncle
Uncle
Guy.
Guy, and are they kind of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory all in one bed in one room? They just
No,
all
they
living in
each
one place?
What an image.
that would
All of
be
Rocco's bed in one bed?
that would be very cute. I feel like that would be also better for them financially, but
Oh,
no, they all at least live within 3 minutes of one another. It's a very small town in Indiana.
that's hilarious. Rocco, I see you as like a very Charlie like protagonist.
Oh, so you want me sleeping in bed with my uncles, man? I'm not gonna be
Charlie does
sleeping
not
in.
sleep in bed with
I
his
don't think he
uncles.
sleeps in
Yes,
bed
he
with.
does. Did you guys
Okay.
not
In
watch?
He
the
eats
Did you
movie,
cabbage
guys?
soup. You eat cabbage soup, Rocco.
Did you guys not see the David Lynch Charlie and the Chocolate Factory?
No way.
What?
Charlie sleeps between all the grandparents, okay? He is in the
Wait,
middle like this.
it wasn't.
But what are you saying about your uncles? You wouldn't want to sleep with your uncles?
No. And I
'Cause I
think you
already
guys
have.
are trying I think you guys are
I
trying to
mean,
imply I would do this.
I don't think it's bad.
Okay, well, I don't know what family
Sometimes
traditions
there's.
you guys have.
hey, results will vary, listeners. Sleep with your uncles more in a platonic, very sleepover way.
In a
I
familial way, I think is
Yes,
the
in a
word.
familial way. But we hope we helped needs to touch grass. I think we helped you do touch grass. So yeah, I think we should get on to the next one. For this final question, I will be giving the good advice, Connor will be giving the bad advice, and Rocco will be giving the ugly advice. All right, let's go. Dear, results will vary. I've been procrastinating for studying my science test tomorrow. There's 12 hours left until my doom, and I have to act fast. How can I cram for my test that I've been putting off? And this comes from the procrastinate in Pennsylvania. I am not an educated man. I would describe myself as being out of the academic system for a while now. Sure, I may go back into it. That's always a possibility. But that doesn't neglect from the fact that I do hold responsibilities in my life and I still do hold dues. You gotta stop earlier. If it's important enough to you, you should at least be doing stuff like even little by little, once a day sort of tactics. It doesn't have to be daily, doesn't have to be the Jerry Seinfeld. I wrote a joke once every day and will do that for the rest of my time. First off, he didn't do that. And second off, people who tell you he did that or even think that that's possible to do is kind of toxic asshole because you know what? People need breaks, and sometimes you're not going to be on your game every single day. But you did also procrastinate the hell out of this. You do have to certainly fake it till you make it. Hopefully, this is like a multiple question test. And usually just don't put the same two answers in a row, and then you're going to be fine. That's actually bad advice, but
I think it's decent. I think I did that on the SAT. Well, I don't want to put
exactly.
this answer again, but I think that's pretty decent advice. I don't know, Rocco. What do you think?
Yeah, what do you think, Rocco?
I'm not going to comment on it because I don't think my advice would help.
Being upfront about it with your teacher, you can ask for extension on your test, but just being upfront and straight with it. We all have a lot of stuff going on, and sometimes the science test doesn't take precedent over real life. My dad's a college professor, and he's very nice on letting people extend tests or extend study times because he knows that there is an outside to this. So that's my 2 cents on the topic.
Yeah, I might have some advice that might help in this situation.
Is this bad advice?
It might be. It might just be.
Might just be okay. It might
I
just be
think
a
it's.
little bad advice. You know, just a little bit.
I'd call it good bad advice. You're sitting there. The test is tomorrow. You're freaking out. I think the best thing you can do is probably just go to sleep, and then when you wake up the next morning, one thing you can do while you go to sleep also is just dream about the test and dream about getting the test right, and
Okay,
then you'll wake
manifestation.
up. Yes, it's sort of a little bit manifestation, but it's like if you do it right in your dream, then it will come true in real life. Sort of like you ever seen that acclaimed movie Shark Boy
Yes,
and Lava Girl?
it won the Oscar, right?
Won a few Oscars, maybe. I forget how many. But in that movie, a guy keeps a dream journal, and then his
Okay.
dreams become true. I think that's something that you can do. And then also, if that doesn't work, I think when the test happens, just maybe stand up and shout fire until everyone leaves, and then
Okay.
and then you take the test on another day. And so you'll have more time. And you keep on doing that until you feel like you're ready to take the test.
Okay, I have one question. What if the test is on making fire?
Oh, if it's like a practical test of like how to make fire,
Well,
I guess
you know what? You would succeed.
you would succeed. But if
It's like
the
a
test is
pyro
I don't
class.
know how well you can shout fire, I guess maybe shout water, maybe it freak people out.
If you shout water during fire
Wa
class.
shout water during fire class. People
Water!
get because everyone loves. If you're in fire class, everyone loves fire.
Well, and
Oh my goodness.
these people are the ones that the firefighters are like nemesises with, you know? So like
Exactly.
there are people going to school to become pyromaniacs, and then there are also people going to train to be firefighters. And
We
I
just live in
think
a conflicted world.
yeah, and Connor is doing a really great job of trying to help these pyromaniacs, and I think that just listen to Connor's advice because I've listened to Connor's advice, and look at you will not even guess how amazing my freaking life is.
Rocco has never bombed a test ever. That's a fact.
So
Just like
all your
how
pyromania classes, you have absolutely aced, Rocco, right?
Destroyed, destroyed. Literally, I destroyed everything with fire, dude.
much like how I have never experienced rejection, Rocco can never get a fire wrong. He's always on fire with his fire.
And you know what? Man, already have a band of uncles that have been teaching you your entire life to burn down any tree that
Yeah,
sprouts up in their backyard, apparently,
yeah,
Uh,
and to scorch earth all these national parks. You're like a fucking fire savant.
I am.
I prefer the
That's
term
wild.
prodigy, but I don't know. Rocco, what do you prefer nowadays?
I prefer whatever you guys want to call. These compliments are making me blush so much.
But Rocco, the fire starter, what is your 2 cents on this? How do you really feel, Rocco, about the procrastinate night?
There is only one way that you will definitely succeed.
Okay.
So, and I'm speaking from personal experience. So, if you start a group chat with all of the intelligent people, all the smartest people in your class, that's great. That's step one. Step two, make sure all these intelligent people have hemorrhoids. Okay? Step
Mm,
three,
okay.
okay? Propose the idea. Hey guys, why aren't we any of us using preparation H, you know? What I'm trying to say here is you guys get a communal bottle of preparation H, and then you act like, oh, to stay environmentally conscious, guys, we should probably all use the same tip and not clean it or anything like that. This is what I'm trying to say. Essentially, if you don't know this, if somebody, an intelligent person, puts preparation H cream, because what you have to do with the preparation H cream is, yeah, no.
Cool.
And so if you pass that along, all these intelligent people, their intelligence gets on the tip of this bottle of preparation H, okay? So you give it to all the intelligent people first, you get it last, all that intelligence is going up, you know? It's going up into the brain. So
Because
now
that's
you
how
will
gravity
have
works.
all the answers. Now
Forget
you
about
have all
gravity.
the answers. And not only do you have all the answers and you'll be able to ace the test, but now everybody knows you are environmentally conscious.
So is it kind of a common thing for intelligent people to already have hemorrhoids?
Well, in my experience at my school, yes.
Oh, okay. So this is breaking news here. Do you
Well,
mind
and
I tell DePaul people that all the intelligent, like PhD students have hemorrhoids? Is that the headline today?
that would be that would be an accurate description. And I would
Okay.
say if there are people in the class who they may be intelligent and they do not have hemorrhoids, either they are faking it, one, or they just went, they just, they have been so successful in getting rid of those. Connor taught me this. Connor taught me this. Connor, what was
About
the thing you were
hemorrhoids?
talking about? Connor, what was the thing you were telling me, Connor, about how to give people hemorrhoids? Because it was
How,
something about using like goldfish.
Oh, right. I remember this.
yes,
You were
yes,
talking about
yes.
this before the recording, right?
Yeah, it's just you just kind of lightly dust it like a margarita around the orifice, and it's a surefire way to attract hemorrhoids.
Mm,
That's
that's what it
that's just what the
was.
internet says. Okay. I'm just passing info from the internet to Rocco.
When I learned that, it was a game changer, Russell.
Is there a difference between the hemorrhoids who have and the hemorrhoids who have not? So, like in your PhD study, are you going to have to like show hole and prove that you have hemorrhoids to show that you are like, sorry, Connor.
Show hole. I
You know,
Yeah.
Well,
just
No,
like
that's
when
what kids are
when
what?
saying
you
nowadays.
when you talk about MLA formatting, what is there at the bottom at a paper? There's the word cited. What do you think is the first thing I, as an intelligent person, put on the works cited? I will give
Hemorrhoids.
you a hint. You just mentioned a picture of it, so
I don't know. I think it's good advice, Rocco, but again, I've talked to you about this before. I feel like the hemorrhoids method is cheating.
It is cheating, but mouth hemorrhoids, herpes. If you're,
mm,
I feel herpes is fair game. What do you think about that, Rocco?
that okay, so that makes this situation completely different
Okay.
because now you have to it's kind of like you have to become romantically involved with
Uh,
somebody, or at least have a good time, have a good first date, and then get a little peck at the
little
end, you know.
smooch, little smooch.
And then the intelligence stone you're gonna swallow. It's going to go down. Okay, it's going to go down. But I'm going to
Yeah,
tell you
because see,
this.
it's better going down instead. You know,
Hmm.
it the hemorrhoids. It's gonna have to chug its way up to the brain. This
Yeah.
person
Hmm.
needs 12 hours. You know, you gotta get kissing people.
Hmm.
See, I always forget about the gravity of it all. The fact what gravity does for hemorrhoids. God, Russell, maybe you're giving the best advice here.
I definitely do have hemorrhoids, so
Hey,
I've got
I do
I've got the
too.
most.
Experience.
I Rocco, you have the most haunches hemorrhoids, I bet. You know, you must be sitting on a damn cushion there.
I
Oh
am,
God.
dude. I am.
You
Don't even get
are?
me started. I am sitting on a cushion right now.
Holy shit, dude! I'm sitting on my butt. Are you sitting on your butt?
Yep.
Fuck
Yep.
yeah! This has been Results Will Vary. Connor, are you sitting on your butt?
You know what? Guys, I'm sitting on my butt.
You're sitting on
Gosh.
your butt! Ugh. Come on,
Oh,
scream! Scream,
let's
Connor!
bring back the caveman grunting. What day is it, y'all?
The next 15 cave grunts. Let's go. Not get.
Okay, I have a question, man. Am I cutting out every time I do my grunts, or
A
is it
little bit.
too loud?
I think it's when you do high pitched ones.
Oh, okay. I'll do a lower pitch one this time.
Okay. What? What?
Rugus.
Meow. This has been Results Will Vary. Thank you so much for coming into the 10th episode. We very much appreciate it. I very much appreciate it. And I hope you guys appreciated these two fucking lovely comics because they're really funny. Let's give some plugs. Rocco, first, what can people see you in? Where can people find you? What can people, maybe scope out your house or like maybe get into your hemorrhoids? What can they do?
Okay, I never do this, but I'm gonna plug. First of all, you can go to @_ Rocco Meo on Instagram, or you can go to @Real Talk Rocco. I got a bunch of videos on YouTube you can check out. I'm doing a lot of open mics, but my big show coming up is Connor and I have a date of Meo Snow. We're going to be performing at Logan Square Improv on June 5th around
Hmm.
10 p.m. So yeah.
Nice.
And the at for Meo Snow is at MEO.SNOW. You can find me on Instagram at HTTPS dot SNO. And right now I'm producing and also performing in a show at Annoyance on Sundays called Emissions Process with the lovely Evelyn May. It's a solo show about transferring schools and finding yourself, and that's going to be running for the next 3 Sundays until May 18th.
I remembered one final thing, and I'm going to say it so quick. I'm so sorry. I'm also performing. I'm opening.
You're fine. This isn't live.
I'm opening for a show called Crunchy Time Improv on May 25th, and it's going to be at 7:30 at Playground Theater.
Amazing. Rocco, you didn't have to. This isn't live, pal. No, I'm joking.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. Okay. Thank you to it was really a delight meeting you guys, really a delight playing with you guys. You guys are welcome on the show back anytime or when you guys have stuff going on, because it was really fun to have it. But enough buttering you guys up. This has been Results Will Vary. Find Results Will Vary on Instagram at Results Will Vary Pod. If you are looking to send in a question, or if you have some genuine advice, and maybe these unsuspecting listeners don't have to keep writing them, email resultswillvarypod@gmail.com. Next episode is in 2 weeks. Should be pretty fun. If you liked this, oh God, I'm gonna say it. Please rate it. Tell a friend about it. I hate saying that. But mainly, first and foremost, thank you so much for fucking listening. It's 10 episodes. I feel like it feels pretty dope to think that I had 20 guests on, and Rocco and Connor being our 19th and 20th. I won't tell them which one is 19 and which one is 20, but
that's going to be a point of contention for a while.
But we had a lot of advice, didn't we, guys? We gave a very good string of advice, but would you say these people should take any of the advice? No.
All of it. All of it.
Actually, I think it was solid advice, especially when we got into the uncle talk too. I think not enough people talk about their uncles.
So talk to your uncle, but don't take any of our advice. But if you do take our advice, just remember that results will vary. Goodbye!